jab, control. So now that we've got the jab, cross, hook, we're now going to incorporate controls, right? So I want to be controlling my opponent's hands and landing these shots. Controlling is an umbrella term for multiple things. It could mean for guard manipulation, it could mean for trapping their hands, it could mean for pinning their hands, right? So there's a whole range of them, and I'm going to go through each of those later. But just for short, when we're doing controls, we're just going to be extending our hands. So imagine we're palming. If you've ever played rugby league or seen it, when they palm the players off. They use like the palm of their hand like that. Boom. When I'm palming my opponent, I'm keeping this space between us. I'm also covering myself here, and it's preventing them from coming in closer or throwing an attack. I can push them off guard, right? I can throw a combination and then control after, like this. Okay? And so when we get into sparring, when we get into partner drills, we'll look exactly where you're actually controlling, but just for the sake of now, when we're going to be hitting the bags and hitting the pads, we're just going to be palming forward, okay? Using the palm of your hand, palming forward. So when you shadow box, just have a play around with them, okay? So you've got your hands, to palm, right? And then after you've controlled them with one hand, just throw a strike with the other hand, right? So in this case, I'm going to throw a cross. Boom. Okay? I can leave my hand there to control it. And I can use my left hand to throw the hook. Control, cross, control, control. I can jab, control. Play around like that. If you have a heavy bag, put on hand wraps, put on gloves. Now this is where it gets a bit tricky because my gloves want to minimize, right? Wants to prevent wrist extension. You can see already the shape, it's already into a flexion position, right? So moving against that is a bit tricky, right? But in the case of sparring, in the case of competing in Thai boxing, you got to learn how to resist against it. You got to develop strength for it. So this is a good practice. So when you're hitting a heavy bag, just go gentle at first because you're going to feel a lot of stretch on your flexors, okay? So be very careful on this one, but start off slow. Just palm forward, palm forward. Then once you get comfortable, okay, palm, throw across, palm, right, throw, pull, cross, jab, jab, throw, So I'm going to create a series of tutorials. I want to create a series of some follow-alongs or some drills that you can do to help supplement the techniques that we're taught. So stay tuned for that. Thank you again for watching.